Today, we're talking about one of the most popular entry-level sport bikes in the US since 2018, the Kawasaki Ninja 400. Light, nimble, surprisingly quick, and versatile enough for both new riders and seasoned bikers looking for something fun and affordable. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly whether this bike belongs in your garage. From engine performance, comfort, handling, fuel economy, real-world owner feedback, all the way down to the small quirks you won't hear about in the brochure. The Ninja 400 runs a 399cc parallel twin DOHC engine that produces about 44.8 to 49 horsepower and 28 pounds-ft of torque on paper. In real-world dyno tests, you're looking at roughly 43 horsepower and 24.6 pounds-ft at the wheel. Translation? Plenty of punch for a lightweight sport bike. Enough to keep you grinning, but not so much that it'll scare a beginner. Wet weight is only 368 to 370 pounds. That lightness is a big part of why it feels so agile in traffic and so easy to handle at parking lot speeds. The steel trellis frame keeps it rigid without adding unnecessary bulk. Up front, you've got a 310mm disc with a dual piston caliper. In the rear, a 220mm disc. ABS comes standard in most trims. Suspension is basic but balanced. It's set up more for stability and comfort than aggressive track day stiffness. The seat sits at about 30.9, so if you're on the shorter side, you can probably still get both feet down at a stop without tiptoeing. And if you're taller, you're not gonna feel like you're folded up like a pretzel. Fuel-wise, you've got a 3.7-gallon tank, which is actually pretty solid for a bike this size. Ride it normally, and you're looking at around 200 to 210 miles before you need to think about gas. This bike doesn't explode off the line like a liter-class monster, but the throttle response is smooth and predictable. That makes it forgiving for learners, yet still exciting if you keep the revs high. It'll do 0 to 60 miles per hour in the neighborhood of 4.5 to 5 seconds, which is plenty quick for everyday riding. Brakes are solid. They're not track day aggressive, but they give you enough stopping power and feel that you can ride with confidence. ABS is there as your oops button if you grab too much lever, especially in the rain. Some drivers say,
sporty but not uncomfortable, light, yet with enough punch even in the lower gears. Way better mileage than I expected. I can cruise in 6th gear almost anywhere.
He loves how easy it is to toss around, even at highway speeds. But he also points out that if the wind kicks up, you'll feel it, and if you're riding for more than 3 hours straight. The seat and slightly forward lean start to wear on you.
Do a novice track day? You'll learn so much about your bike, and after that, street riding feels like a breeze. In summary, the advantages: best little engine in its class, torque down low, fun, pull up top, light, easy to handle, and super forgiving for new riders. Sips fuel like it's on a diet. Commuting barely costs you anything. Maintenance is cheap, and the bike's reputation for reliability is solid. Cons: gets pushed around a bit in heavy crosswinds. Not the comfiest choice for long-haul rides. Your butt will let you know. Brakes are good, but some riders upgrade to get a sharper bite. Valve service intervals can cost a bit if you're paying a shop. Who's it for? Perfect for beginners who want a sport bike that won't overwhelm them. Great for experienced riders looking for a fun, light second bike. Not the best choice if you're planning 300-mile days every weekend. There are more comfortable touring options for that. Alright, let's talk about top speed, because I know a lot of you are curious. On paper, Kawasaki says the Ninja 400 maxes out at 117 miles per hour, which works out to around 188 kilometers per hour. That's the official factory-tested number. Now, here's the thing. Out in the real world, riders are pushing this little twin beyond that spec sheet figure. I've seen reports of GPS-verified runs at 125 to 127 miles per hour. Speedometers can exaggerate a bit, but still, that's impressive for a 399cc bike. What that really tells you is the Ninja 400 has more than enough speed for everyday riding, highway passes, and even track days. It's not a bike that'll run out of breath the second you leave the city. Instead, it strikes a balance. Fast enough to be exciting, but not so extreme that it becomes unmanageable. So whether you stick to the factory-rated 117 miles per hour or you believe the riders claiming 127. The truth is, this bike is quick, and it gives you all the speed you could realistically use on the street. Here's something important to know. Kawasaki has officially stopped producing the Ninja 400 for the US market. That means you won't find brand new models rolling into showrooms anymore. At best, a few dealers might still have leftover stock from previous years, but it's rare. For most riders, the only real option now is the used market. And in that market, prices usually run anywhere from around $4,200 up to $6,500, depending on mileage, condition, and the dealer. Out-the-door costs can go higher once taxes and fees are added, but that's the realistic price range you'll see if you're shopping today. Even though Kawasaki has moved on to the new Ninja 500, the Ninja 400 still holds its ground as one of the best bikes in its class. If you can find a clean, well-maintained one on the used market, it's absolutely worth considering. The balance of approachable power, lightweight handling, and everyday usability makes it a solid choice whether you're a newer rider looking for confidence or an experienced rider who just wants a fun, reliable machine. So don't overlook the Ninja 400. A good one is still out there, and when you find it, you're getting a bike that's proven itself as one of the most loved entry-level sport bikes in the US. So, what do you think? Is the Ninja 400 still worth buying today? Drop your thoughts down in the comments. I'd love to hear your take. And while you're there, let me know which bike you'd like us to review next. Your input helps shape the channel, and I'm excited to see what you guys suggest. This is the Riders Universe. Don't just watch. Join us. Be part of real experiences with real riders. And hit subscribe so you're with us on the next adventure.